Arlen here. Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner. How in the world are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you again, and thank you so much for stopping back by to see what I'm up to. And what I'm up to today is I'm going to start working on my quote-unquote ivy table. So this will be part one of 2 videos. I'm running out of time this week to take a long time to do many videos, or a really long video. So I kind of need to cut it into a little shorter video. I don't know how short this video will be, but I need to cut this video into 2. Chris has not brought up my fall tree yet. He is not here. So I need to wait for him to come and do that, because I want to show you that, and then I want to decorate down around the bottom of the fall tree. The fall tree sits next to my ivy table. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be making a 9-loop funky bow, and I figured this would be a good video to do a funky bow tutorial in. That way it's not a lot of other superfluous stuff in with the video. It's just going to be the funky bow tutorial. I'm going to show you a beautiful gift that one of you guys, her name is Linda, sent to me and then sent to Maverick. And I want to just tweak a little flower arrangement that I have, or a little tray arrangement that I have already made up. It was made up in the blue and white, and I'm just going to add a few fall elements to it. So stick around with me today. It's just going to be me sitting here at the table chatting with you guys as I make a bow, teaching you how to make a funky bow. And I've been getting calls for that, you guys. I've been using my already made bows, but I've also I've heard from some of you who would like to see a tutorial. So if you don't want to watch my tutorial, I might give you a minute mark from when I start it to when I end it, so you can just skip to that minute mark, so y'all don't have to sit through the bow tutorial. I know that I do a lot of bow tutorials, and I understand that some people get a little frustrated with me about doing so many bow tutorials, but I've been asked, and I will keep doing them, because there are folks out there who don't know how to make them quite yet, and I want to be able to help them. So please, be patient with me, and let me teach others. If you already know how to make them, I'm so happy that you do, and it makes me feel wonderful that if you learned any little bit of your funky bow making, or tiered bow, or round bow making from me, all the better. But I kind of want to give this to others who are asking me to and who haven't seen. So let me start out, though. I have my ribbon cut, and I'm going to go and get into the bow tutorial in just a second. But I want to do want to start out with showing you, this lady's name is Linda, and bless her heart, she sent little Maverick gifts, and I've already taken them to him, sweetie. And the little onesie, she got him this little onesie. I did take pictures of what she sent. Here's this little onesie with Maverick over the little fire truck. Isn't that cute? And then she sent him this little blanket. Look at this little blanket. Is that not just the cutest thing ever? Oh my goodness. And then while Barb and Dawn were here, as a matter of fact, I believe, that is when this lovely little figurine came. Look how pretty she is. So I just love her, and it just says, "Give thanks." And she's a little angel, and she's just beautiful. And I will utilize her. I don't know whether I'll utilize her in this decor, Linda, because I already kind of had stuff picked out. But you can be sure, for sure, that she will get put somewhere here in my fall decor, either in this room or out in the living room and dining room somewhere. Isn't she beautiful? So thank you so much, Linda. I so very much appreciate you thinking of us and for taking the time out and sending us these things. Thank you so much, you guys. You guys are so good to us. Oh my goodness, all of us. Okay, so let's get on to this funky bow. Let me get my camera situated here. Let's turn you this way. Here we go. Sitting at my kitchen table here. This is a cover that we have on our table here, by the way, that I got from AffordableTableCovers.com. And it is just, it came in 3 pieces. One and then one in the center and then another one that fold in half. And you can store them away really easy. But we had this out to play cards on and to eat on when Barb and Don were here. It worked out beautifully. And I'm just gonna leave it on because I've got company coming this weekend. So I'm not worrying about decorating my table for this weekend. My goodness, this is just family this weekend. They've certainly seen my decorations before and we're just getting together for a day or two to let my dad meet little Maverick. So, which is gonna be awesome. So anyway, let's make us a 9-loop funky bow. If you would like a cheat sheet on how I make my funky bows, that can always be found. There's a link in every video that I put up in the description. Will take you to a blog that holds my funky bow cheat sheet. And you'll see it says Salvation Army Girlfriends Weekend. I did a class with the funky bow and needed to write out the cheat sheet for them, but I have a cheat sheet, I believe it's for the 9, the 12, the 16, and the 20, I believe, funky bows to teach you how to make all those funky bows. But today we're gonna make a 9-loop funky bow and we're gonna put 2 tails on it as well. And I'm gonna hang this up on, it's hard to explain where, you'll see in the next video where I end up hanging it. But I also want to cut a piece of ribbon, kind of really long here so that I can cut it in half and make 2 tails out of it. Because I want 2 tails hanging down from this. So I want to give myself a pretty good piece there of ribbon. I got this ribbon from Bobby at perpetualribbons.com. I love this ribbon. It is so pretty. Absolutely gorgeous. She has the best ribbon, you guys. Please, I encourage you to go and check her out, perpetualribbons.com. There'll be a link in the description for her website too. And she's also very personable and wonderful to work with. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cut this in half, right at the halfway point. I folded it in half, and I want it cut in half at the halfway point because I want, when I add this ribbon in, I want them added in at the top so that they're both, so I can be assured that they'll both be hanging the way I want them to hang. Like I want to turn this one around. I do this when the ribbon is kind of, you know, all the pumpkins, the tops of the pumpkins are kind of going in the same direction. Some of them are turned a little bit, but I don't like things to be, especially on my tails, I don't like things to be upside down, if that makes sense. Now, they might be in my bow proper, in the loops of my bow, but if I can arrange them to be on the tails, then I sure do. The other 2 ribbons I got from Michael's, if you can believe that, this morning, for half price, $9.99 half price. And there's the plaid, and then just a solid blue. So I got those from Michael's. I believe Bobby is going to be sending me a plaid very similar to this. So you might want to check her site see if she has some plaid, because this is not the best. I'm sure her ribbon is better. So anyway, I have got 3 strips of ribbon at 23 inches long out of each type of ribbon, out of each pattern of ribbon, or solid in this case. And each ribbon makes 1 loop in the funky bow. So let's get started. Let's pull up the first one. So that means 9 pieces of ribbon equal 9 loops in the funky bow, a 9-loop funky bow. So all you do is you fold it completely in half, pick up your first piece of ribbon, fold it in half, go and find, I'm going to make them about 5.5 inches, the loops at 5.5 inches long. Pinch it together right at that point, and then go to the back tail and twist that tail around to the front. And that way, both of your tail patterns will be going in the same direction, will be facing the same direction, at least for now. Of course, they might get mixed up and muffed up, but you can always fix them. But in my mind, for right now, they're going in the same direction. Okay. You can see I have these ribbons placed in a certain order, and I did that on purpose because I wanted the solid to separate the two pattern pieces. Even though they will all get mixed up and be mixed up in the bow, I still wanted to start them out separated like this. This ribbon is pretty. It has a little sparkle in it. See that? Okay, here we go with the second. Pick up your second piece of ribbon in your pattern of ribbon. Go to 5.5 inches and twist it. You're going to want to twist your loop the opposite direction every time you add a loop in. Also, when you add your loop in, you want to accordion it together and go and add your ribbons side by side by side, as opposed to piling them on top or piling them underneath. You want to try to pile them side by side by side as much as you can. And yes, even though this is two-sided ribbon, I still go back and twist that side, because sometimes, even when it's solid, the two sides do look a little different. I'm going to put you up just a bit here. Okay, now pick up your third piece of ribbon, fold it right in half, and go to 5.5 inches on your measuring stick. And then this time you want to turn the loop up from center. And again, pinching it side by side, accordion it in there, side by side at the 5.5 inch mark. And what I'm going to do, this keeps getting stuck on my sweater, so I'm going to move my, starting the pattern over again, as you can see, and go into 5.5 inches, and then we're going to turn that loop down from center, and again, pinching it and pushing it in accordion style. Go into that back tail and twisting. This is really nice, thick ribbon from Bobby. Okay, here we go. I'm going to speed up a little bit here. You're getting the gist of things. Go to 5.5 inches, pinch it together, accordion it together at the 5.5 inch mark, side by side by side. Go into that back tail and twisting. There we go. 5.5 inches, twist it down from center, accordion it in there. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, y'all. You can do this. It is not hard to do. Here we go. Last time through the pattern of ribbon, 5.5 inches. This time we're going to point it up from center. And as you can see, well, you probably can't see from there. Hang on and I'll show you. This ribbon is traveling down, like here's the tips of my fingers, but it's traveling down into the crook of my hand. You see that? And I'm allowing it to move. And between when I'm picking up the ribbon and folding it, I'm letting loose a little bit on the ribbon so that I'm not getting a cramp. You know how you can get a cramp in your hand? And so this really helps with my cramping if I just let up a little bit while I'm manipulating the ribbon with my dominant hand. I always manipulate my ribbon with my dominant hand and hold it with my non-dominant hand. I am right-handed, so I'm, manipulating the ribbon with my right and holding it with my left. I went to 5.5 inches, put it in at that point, accordion it in, twisted that back tail. And here we go, the last loop in our funky bow, 5.5 inches, pinch it together, and I do pull the loops kind of forward as I'm making the bow. I don't know why I do that, it's just habit. Go to the back tail and twist. Now remember that piece that I cut, that real long piece, or the pieces that I cut? I'm going to add them in right at the top of the ribbon. I haven't dovetailed the bottom yet, and I won't until I get it hung up. But I'm just going to go ahead and pinch that in, just like that, and that will give me my two tails. Okay? Take your pipe cleaner. And again, if you didn't have ribbon that would go right side, upside down in the, and as it is, what did I do? Did I add them upside down? Yes, I did. I added them in upside down. Don't do that. See, I'm glad I caught myself. Turn them so that they're all pointing up. And add them in. I might add them so far in as to give myself a couple of more tails to make the bulk of the ribbon even more from the bottom. Okay, put your pipe cleaner across the top and pull it around the bottom and then pull the top around the top. Hold your ribbon and pull against, you know, put this hand up as close as you can to the ribbon and get those fingers up as close as you can. And then I kind of scooch this hand around and really squeeze and really twist. And I twist the bow and I twist the ribbon both. Okay? And there we go. Now that looks like a hot mess right now, doesn't it? But watch what happens when we do a little bit of fluffing. The most important part of any bow is the fluffing. You know, apparently YouTube offers clothing now. I could get like little sayings. I don't have that many sayings, but that's one I do have. I haven't done that yet. Don't know whether I will. But anyway, let me dovetail these two little tails that came out from the two long tails. Okay. And again, boy, this made a really pretty funky bow, didn't it? Look at that. And if the, you know, the tails of the ribbon come up and through, that's absolutely fine. It makes it look bigger and fluffier even. And just work with it until you get your loops the way you want them to look. Put your hand on every loop. Make sure that you get your hand on every loop and pull it up and through. And make it big and bulky and pretty. And it is going to make one big fat statement. One is too big. That's one thing good about the wire ribbon. You can, you know, manipulate it, push it down. It's okay. You're not going to hurt anything. So that, my friends, is a pretty funky bow, huh? It really is. So, for now, I'm going to put this aside, and we won't use this until the next video. We'll hang it up where I want it to be hung in the next video. But isn't that pretty? So pretty. Just adding a little bit of the burnt orange in with the blue and the white. I love it. Okay, next I want to do something very simple. And this is a bottle that I have that sits on top of my ivy table shelf. I have a shelf above my ivy table. Oh my goodness, look at this thing. I got this at a secondhand store. I don't know what in the world it might have been, but it's one big tall bottle, and I just have a pipberry stem in there. And it actually came with the bottle. The pipberry stem came with the bottle. I got the bottle at the Minuteman Mini Mall over there in no, did I get it there? Or I have two secondhand shops that I shop at. One is called 2 Times New in Fredericksburg, and the other one is the Minuteman Mini Mall in Culpeper. It doesn't really matter because I'm sure they don't have anything like it anymore anyway, but I got it at one of those. So anyway, all I want to do with this is literally add just a few leaves to this, just to bring in the touch of fall. And I don't want to go over the top with it. I just want to add just a couple. That's it. Just to bring in a little bit of the fall, just a touch of it up on top of this shelf. Isn't that pretty? I love that. Okay, so that was easy peasy lemon squeezy. So let me pull over this little tray. Okie dokie, here is a little tray that I had made up to sit on the ivy table. By the way, the ivy table is a table that we've had for many, many, many decades. Literally many decades. We got it at a oak barn. It was called the Oak Barn here in town. Literally 30 some years ago. It was a very blonde wood. I'll put a picture here if I can find one of it, how it used to look in our other house. When we moved into this house, as you can see, all of our hooker furniture, as you can see, is black, and y'all know my credenza over there underneath the TV is black, and my table and chairs here is black. So Chris went ahead and painted that ivy table black. It used to have ivy leaves, as you saw in the picture, painted on the front, stenciled on the front. So now it is black, and it's one of my favorite pieces. I don't know that I'll ever get rid of it. It also stores a bunch of stuff. It has drawers and doors in it. So this is one of my favorite little places to decorate. I say that about every place though, don't I? But I really like this setup with the shelf above it. I'm not one to change out my shelves. I'm not one to change out my tables, you guys. I keep the same tables. I keep the same shelves. And I usually keep the same pictures on the walls too. Sometimes I'll change them out. Like at Christmas time, I have a Kincaid picture, a Thomas Kincaid picture, my one and only, that I waited many, 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 many years to get over on the ivy table. Let me turn you around and show you the ivy table, which is, I don't know whether it's in the picture, but it's hopefully over there. And then hopefully you can see the Kincaid above it. But that's what we'll be working on in the next video. I'll show you how I, have arranged everything on the table in that video, and then we'll get the fall tree out. But I'm not one to change out a lot of, tables and pictures and shelving and that kind of stuff. Anyway, so I want this arrangement to sit on one end of that table. And this is how I had it decorated, and I'm telling you the truth, I'm not gonna change it that much. I am gonna remove this little blue and white plate, and I'm going to add in one of these old squirrels. Look at him. 2 Times New. And there's a little white hobnail vase that I got from 2 Times New, remember. Got it for there for like, I don't know, $3, something like that. It was really cheap. But isn't that cute? And then I got these candlesticks from, candle holders from Kirklands online. I did curbside pickup, I believe, with those during the COVID mess. I'm gonna leave my ivy in because I really like the ivy, and I don't see why I need to change ivy. My mom's ivy went all the way through the fall, so I'm leaving the ivy in. But I do wanna add some, elements of the burnt orange. So I found these at Michael's earlier today. All of their fall is on, 50% off. So I want to put one of these over here in this vase. I'm going to pull some of those same florals that I put up in the blue vase down into the decor on the bottom, on the table too. That big tall vase will go up on the shelf. I just want to add just a touch, y'all. I'm telling you, I don't want to remake the wheel here. Oops. Recreate the wheel. But I just want a touch of the fall, You don't have to make our decor hard. Now, when I go to deconstruct this to put my Christmas stuff up, all of this stuff will be put away to make room for my Christmas stuff, y'all. But what I'll do is I'll take the fall elements out, but I'll probably leave the tray pretty much decorated. And Chris put me up shelves downstairs, and I'll take it down half decorated, so that I can pull it out in January. So this is super cute. I love this. Just little elements of fall. Make it look like the leaves are just coming off the trees, right? Just starting to fall in the forest. I think that'll do it for that. Isn't that pretty? That's pretty, just like that. Now, I do want to add some in here. thought I had, what happened to it? Did it fall yet? I had one more. They only had 2 of these, I believe. So I bought what they had. So I want to lay these. I think that's fine. Oh my goodness, I think that's really cute. All right, I think that'll do it. Cute, huh? Just adding in a little bit of the burnt orange, a little bit of touches of fall, and I think it's gonna be really pretty. And then this will be up catty corner from where this arrangement is going to sit on the table. I'm going to leave the same table runner, which is just blue and white striped on there. I have some blue and white pumpkins that I got from Michael's that I'm going to add in. I'm going to leave my white, big, tall white candlesticks that I had on there before on there, and the 2 little white lamps. So I'm really I'm really doing kind of less than I did last year. I had switched out a bunch of stuff and put in copper, like a copper lantern and other stuff, but I really wanted to try to stay true to the blue and white this year, and not, and add to it. Like I'm trying to, give you all ideas of how to do. So I really like how this turned out. That's super cute. All right, let me turn this around and we're gonna go into some final words. I understand. Okie dokie, you guys, here I am back in front of the camera again. Thank you guys so much for stopping in here today. And again, I apologize for not going ahead and doing the entire Ivy table vignette today. But I really needed to do that funky bow kind of by itself because I've been being called to, asked to do the funky bow tutorial. So I wanted to do that kind of by itself in a video. If you were not interested in it, I hope you did take advantage and forwarded through to that minute mark that I gave you and just skip through that part. So, but anyway, for those of you who wanted or needed that funky bow tutorial, I hope that helped you out. And I'll probably be doing more, as we go through this series. I'm not sure, but I definitely wanted to be sure to do one soon because you guys have been looking forward to that. And of course, you guys are going to be starting on, if you haven't already, starting on your fall decor pretty soon here. So anyway, I'm going to close this one out for now. And again, tune in Saturday, probably that video, the rest of the part 2, will go up on Saturday, So, and then I don't know whether I'll have one for Tuesday because, my dad is going to be here till Monday. So I don't know what I'll have with you. If I do anything, it might be just come back and tell you about our time and show you some pictures, of our time together or something like that. And then we'll get back into the fall decor, something like that. I'm not sure. I've got so much, can you tell I've got about 50 irons in the fire, you guys? And my brain is bing, banging, and bonging all over the place. I'm a hot mess. I admit it. Trying to keep everything straight is difficult sometimes. Bless Barb's heart, she sat down here one morning and she went, and I was sitting down with my computer. As you know, I go through things in the morning, and she said, Arlene, I don't even know how you do it. You go through I don't know how many things, and I was answering, she saw what I was doing, answering questions and just, clicking off things that I normally do in the morning. She said, I don't know how you do it. I go through 3 things and you've gone through 20 or something like that. And I'm pretty efficient. I'm a pretty efficient lady, but there are times when I give myself too much to do, I'm sure that I am not the only one in that boat. I am not rowing that boat alone, am I? Anyway, we're all good multitaskers, but I have to draw the line as far as doing this whole vignette today. I just can't do it. So, okay, enough. Let me go into my final words and say, I hope that all is well with everyone. And for those of you who are struggling or suffering with a catastrophic illness or chronic pain, I hope that you have someone there with you, taking care of you, helping you get through each day, making the very, very best out of each day. I hope you don't have anything weighing on your minds or your hearts, pulling your attention away from where you want it to be or from where it should be. I love y'all to bits, to bits, to bits, hugs all around, and I keep you in my thoughts and my prayers every single day. And with all that said, I'll just say, until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.